everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Catastrophe TV, the best kid show you've ever seen. Even though it's the first time you've seen it, it's the best. Simply the best. Get a t-shirt with that. Where am I? Oh yeah, my name's Louie, and I'm presuming that your name is whatever your parents told you it was. I don't know, I could be wrong. You might make up a new name every time you introduce yourself. You know, today you might be Jacques Français. Tomorrow you might be Espinito España. Day after that you could be Lord of the Rings. Then Peter Jackson comes to your house and it's like, hey, that's my name. I made it up. J.R.R. Tolkien comes back from the grave and is like, no, Peter Jackson, that's my name. I'm from Salamandrion. That's the world that I live in. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, if you did have a new name every time you introduce yourself, you wouldn't have to worry about making bad first impressions, because you could always make a new first impression with the new name, you know? That would be pretty helpful for someone like me, who from time to time makes a sore bad first impression, which is, you know, like what I'm doing now, perhaps. Maybe you think it's a good one, maybe you don't. I like you. Do you like me? How you like them apples? Yeah, they're delicious. Okay, so I'm terrible at making first impressions. People think I'm crazy. That's why I made this show. So people can rewind the tape, watch it over and over again, and eventually they will see that I'm just doing the best I can. I love you, you love me, happy family. You know, that's what we're all trying to do. And I promise to do my best to entertain you. This is a new show. Woo! And today's new show is all about new beginnings. Do you remember the first time that you were born? That was a new beginning. We were all born naked, but it's not embarrassing. I was born naked. You were born naked. Isn't that funny that people make a big fuss about wearing clothes when all the time that, whoa, this is crazy. The lights keep going out. This is weird. What's going on? Some kind of malfunctione. Is it going on at your house too? I bet it is. This is wacko. But you know what? I think I know how to fix it. My father taught me a little trick about coincidences. Yeah, he told me that they always come in pairs of threes. And that if you can figure out all three, then whatever bad's happening will turn into something really good happening. And that's sweet. So let me think about it. The lights started going out when I was saying that we were both born naked. Isn't that kind of weird? Maybe that's the first coincidence. You know, I'll bet you that is it. This is weird. Hey, what could be the second one? You know, I'll bet you the second coincidence that's happening to you and me is the fact that these lights are going in and out. This is nuts. I don't understand it, but that's two coincidences. Now, if we could only think of a third one, what could it be? Can you think of it? Oh yeah, that's right. You and me are meeting each other for the first time. I've never seen you, and you've never seen me. We're like bosom buddies for the first time. That's it. The lights are back on. Thanks, Daddy-O. This is great. All right. For the rest of the show, we've got action-packed followed by madness, followed by action-packed madness, followed by, it's probably just going to end at some point, but we're going to have superstar musician Lambo, not to be confused with Lamb Chop. He's going to be here today. Lamb Chop will not be here today because I think Lamb Chop's dead, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, while you're alive, there's lots of good things to do. Like you could play disc golf. That's a relatively new sport created by hippies and poor golfers, in which they launch projectile discs towards baskets that look like deer feeders. Let's take a look.
Disc golf, or frisbee golf as some call it, was first created back in the days of the Great Depression. Things like jobs and food were awfully scarce at the time, and so as you can imagine, the need to recreate was at an all-time high. As a solitary bastion of wealth and prosperity, poor folk came from all around to country clubs,
where they begged to be fed from their riches and the soft style of it. And As one by one they were turned away, they took their empty plates and threw them into golf courses in despair.
Seeing how beautifully the place sailed and how much relief it was to let out their physical frustration, they realized that if they continued at least to make use of the wondrous landscape that God had provided by using the plates to play their own version of the rich man's golf. It was a fantastic new beginning, and the sport grew in popularity as courses were forged all the way to the west coast, where some employment would allow these folks to survive. Today we call these people hippies, and their working class methods of recreation provide inspiration to all.
God brings tears from our eyes, and what you gotta do is lace them with salted sweat. It's like horse. It's like saying, hey, if you little man, we working on this, we having fun, we made plastic. That's gonna outlive you. That's right.
That's good. Go on the other side, man.
Okay, dude, sorry. There's a disc equivalent to spinnerbait.
Man got holographic neural on
Spinnerbait.
it, man. Got holographic neural.
Spinnerbait. You like a night. You got night crawler.
Nitro.
You got what's this? Crickets.
Gator bait.
Gator bait. This is I say roughly the equivalent sinker bait.
Man, I like to think of this as the old, loggerhead worm.
You got the George Washington. Little short disc for like short throws. You got this one when like for small ponds, medium-sized ponds to large lakes.
Hey, welcome back. All right. No, hold on. Welcome back. Lambo makes music for the purpose of making people dance, smile, and hold one another tightly. His debut album, Out of Step with Syncopation, is a collection of keyboard pop songs covering topics ranging from Elvis Presley to the 1980s hit television show MacGyver. You can watch Lambo performing worldwide, everywhere. Beijing, China, East India, China. You know, China is over 2/5 of the world. Do you know that, Lambo?
2/5 of the world, and it's only one country.
What does that mean? I don't understand fractions. I'm not that old.
40%, 2/5.
I don't understand percentages. I just don't like them.
4/10, 8/20.
I just don't like math. I'm sorry I asked you that question to begin with. Let me ask you my real question. Why don't you tell us about your new beginning? How were you born into this world?
Oh, sure, yes. My birth as a performer happened very young in life. I can remember singing songs to myself at age 3, age 4, just writing about my family and my
Wow.
environment. And I've continued doing that all the way through to today.
3 or 4? You were that young? How can you remember?
An elephant never forgets.
You did look suspiciously trunk-like. Truncated. That is a
Absolutely.
word for having an elephant trunk. Truncated. So when you hear that word, that's what it means. I made that up. I don't really know that word. But someone tattooed it on my desk when I was in 8th grade. All right, Lambo. Tell us about your parents.
Oh, sure, yeah, my folks are great. They're just terribly nice people. They've been nothing but encouraging of the musical endeavors in which I've engaged, and that's fantastic. In fact, that's probably the thing that I appreciate most about them, is simply how thoughtful and supportive that they've always been of everything that I've done. They've been behind me, win or lose.
Behind you, like you're at shows and they can't see what you're doing from the front because they're always standing right behind you. Is that what you meant?
They always get backstage passes to every performance, and I'm certain that they just enjoy every minute of it.
Backstage passes? Whoa, yeah, I want to meet Aerosmith.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up, Louie. We got to get you back there.
We got to so that I can play Jenga with Stephen Perry. Stephen Perry, he's the guitarist for Aerosmith, who, you know, will not be a very important band very, very soon. Anyway, tell us why you play the instruments you play. That is my third question on my list that I have down here.
Sure, Louie, be glad to. I play the keyboard primarily.
What does primarily mean?
I mainly play the keyboard.
Oh!
And I also play the drums. And I sing. I have the voice of silk satin, much like yourself.
Thank you.
You know, you have sort of a Sinatra thing going on.
You know, I was originally part of the Mice Pack, which was, you know, just a group of rodents that would just eat cheese and I don't know what I'm talking about.
But they would travel and they would eat cheese.
It was me,
Yes.
Pee Wee Herman, Neil Young, and Lamb Chop,
Lamb
who is a
chop.
terrific performer. Always has been.
Absolutely. Yeah, legendary.
Legendary.
Certainly.
Like the Highlander, only more ageless. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So anyway, let me ask you my fourth question, which is, how do you feel about the world today?
I feel great about the world today, and I'll tell you why. Because,
All right.
Because I see what's going on, and I see the people in the world, and I see our lovely viewing audience out there, and I see good things. I see good things coming from these people. Now, are there things out there that aren't good? Probably. Hey, let's be honest. But
Speaking
you know
of that, how do you feel about the war? You know, the war.
The
Hip
war.
hop versus rock and roll. Which one is the better music? How must I spend my time? When I'm at Sam Goody, who do I pay?
Oh goodness, I don't know about the finances of the whole thing, but I think there's some outstanding rap music that's coming along, some great rock and roll as well. And it's a preference thing, Louis. Which one do you like the best?
What do you mean? Rock or roll?
Yeah, do you like to rock or do you like to roll?
Let me give it a shot.
All right.
I'm rocking. They both hurt. I don't like either one.
They are painful.
Can I exchange my Aerosmith backstage passes for something useful, like some Oakley sunglasses, in which I will look cool and don't have to bruise my head?
Sure, absolutely. You like Oakley's. Always a good decision.
I think my arm hurts. Anyway, and let me ask you one more question. Your haircut, it looks fantastic. Who cut your hair?
Let me tell you, I recently got a haircut, and I had not had one for a very long time. And I went to a friend of mine. I said, look at my hair. It needs to be cut. Will you cut it? And fortunately, she agreed to do it. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the best ones I've ever gotten.
I'll say. If you want to know a little bit more about haircuts, watch this next video. Booyah!
Haircuts develop a new look out of an old one. It is the process of removing hair by shortening the distance between the end of the hair and the follicle. Some people get good haircuts and some get bad ones. This is usually determined by the individual's self-projection of the haircut's application to appearance. Haircuts have played other purposes as well. Some people cut their hair when it is long and donate the removed hair to wig shops. This is done so that people without hair can wear someone else's. In distant history, there is a story of a man named Samson. Samson had strength beyond measure. It was proclaimed that the strength came from the length of his hair. Once his hair was cut, he weakened. Now if you decide that you want long hair, it may not make you stronger, but you will surely look like Samson.
Wow, Louis, that was good.
Wasn't it
music.
good? Did you like it, Spaceman Steve?
I did. I liked it very much. Lambo's music's really touching.
Isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that one day his music will be a speaking force for the public.
What do you mean? Like, they're gonna hear his music and the values present in those tunes will shape the outcome of the legal system in the entire society?
I'm most certain that
Something like that?
his music will lead the way for new and better things.
I was just saying that because you stole that from Back to the Future. Or no, Bill and Ted's. Remember that? You stole that!
Yes, I didn't think of that so much. It was such a non-influential film.
Yeah, because you're from the future. Hey, Lambo, why'd you come out here? This is my co-host, Spaceman Steve.
Nice to meet you, Lambo. May we have many meetings in the future.
Future? You're from the future, Spaceman!
The lion circled the fox in the sleigh, and sugar plum fairies danced in their fate. Oblong cherries showered the sight, gardens of nectarines grew overnight. Silence is golden, but not in this place. Turtles with bow ties and elegant grace, wolves in sheep's clothing are nowhere in view. Wait the sunset of rosemary hue, emerald starlight like paintbrushes stroke, sparkled and raccoons alive at their post, crimson cream flags blown by artichokes, cyclical waves brushed by the coast. I've got time to spare, I've got time to spare, sitting around without a care. I've got time to spare. Purple mountains are her majesty, dreamsicle sunlight is her plum tree. Raspberries glisten but they never glow, like a rainbow at its pot of gold. Have mercy on the neon shade of mushrooms growing on the Neverglade. Casual rendition of a fallen star, the jack of